Hey, man, the floor or the ceiling? Let's get to it. I need your predictions. Get in here. We are here. We are here. Welcome back to the Coaches Huddle. It's your boy, the coach, where the field meets family. And don't look now, but the Niners have a plan. We got the schedule. We got Brock Purdy signed. We got George Kittle signed. We got Fred Warner signed. We're moving forward into the offseason with no foreseeable issues. All right. And you've had time to think about it. You've had time to go through the schedule. You've had time to talk about the deals. You've had time to see how this is going to be replicated on the salary cap. Now it's time to assess the ceiling or the floor. Okay? We got to know. I want your best case and worst case scenarios for the 49ers. All right? Moving into this season. And I want you to go with the season, with the schedule, that is. I need you to look at the schedule and give me your best case scenario for the season and your worst case scenario. That's what I need from you. My best case scenario right now is 10-7. All right. Best case scenario is 10-7. Worst case scenario, 7-10. All right. Going through the season, looking at what we have, we could very may well start the season at 3-1 and still end up at 7-10 for the rest of the year. That's worst case scenario, right? I want to hear how you guys have gone through, because there's when you go through the predictions, a lot of people are going to give, they're going to assess based off of how they see the team, right? How they see the team. And what we need to see is exactly how that's going to bear out from the worst case to the best case. So the link is pinned in the chat. Hop in here, guys. We'll be able to go through it, talk about it for a while. I won't be here long, but I just want to hear about it. And then also, look, if you also don't like the deals or love the deals. Me personally, I love the deals. The Brock Purdy deal, phenomenal. Just some underrated guys who need to get some flowers. The 49ers have the third best salary cap space in the NFL right now. Right now, I believe that we're sitting at $40 million worth of cap. Getting the Brock Purdy deal done. I'm not going to step on the phenomenal show that Jesse and Grant had. I listened to some of it, ran it back this morning. I missed it. I wish I could have watched it live, but Grant and Jesse did a great job at breaking down the contract. Brock Purdy's contract, that is. What you love about the deal, outs at every stop, every year moving forward. This was all mentioned by Grant and Jesse. I just want to keep referencing them because I don't want to take all of this information, but definitely moving forward, outs at every year. Salary cap numbers, awesome. Base salary, awesome. And that goes to somebody who I believe deserves their flowers. Parag Marate. Parag Marate, stand up. Parag Marate. I mean, guys, come on. Come on. Parag. They have done a great job. The organization has done a phenomenal job. Albeit, we didn't win We haven't been winning. Last season was bad. We're doing what great organizations do. We're circling the wagons, guys. We're moving forward. One thing that I love about this is that this is a true prove-it year for the coaching staff. And I believe that the Niners, in true fashion, have already started setting up backup plans, contingencies that they could walk right into. And, having Robert Saleh, I keep saying this is a real thing. Robert Saleh being in the building is a real thing. Okay? It's a real thing. Him being there to kind of lord over Kyle Shanahan. I mean, you love it. You got to love it. What is the offense going to do? How are they going to perform? Defense, even though Robert Saleh's here, they got 5 to 6 rookies starting this year. All right, so let's set expectations. Defensively, I know they're going to start fast, but that attrition is going to take over. The link is pinned in the chat, guys. That attrition is going to take over defensively. This is going to have to be an offensively led team this year. They got to do all of the easy stuff right. They got to make the easy stuff routine. Master the mundane. This year's team has no excuses. None. I don't even care if Trent plays. None. They need to be able to show themselves, bro. It's going to be a hell of a year. I got questions for you. Moving forward, if the Niners don't make the playoffs, do you want to see moves within the coaching staff? How do you feel about that? Do you want to see moves in the coaching staff if the Niners don't make the playoffs? Is it really time to rip that Band-Aid off and move on right then and there? You got outs at every year with Brock. I believe that he has a no trade clause in his contract. But nonetheless, it's great. His cap number for 2025 is $9.1 million. Cap hit in 2026, $24.7 million. That only accounts for 8.4% of the cap. The cap hit in 2027 is 30.8, only 9.9% of the cap. That's 3 years in with an out on every year, and he doesn't start paying big money until 2028, where he's due $57 million against the cap. Right? What he gets paid in his from Jed, I don't care. How he gets paid and how that's replicated on the cap is how it all sits. Abdullah, my man. Coach, hopefully I can see you at training camp. Yes, me and Jesse plan on coming to training camp this offseason. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fire. Y'all are going to like it. Me and Jesse are planning on coming this year, so it's going to be good. How do you guys feel about us moving forward on the defense? Have we found all the answers that we needed safety, right? What is the depth going to look like on the interior defensive line? How do we feel about that moving forward? What are the real training camp battles that we can see at that weak side linebacker position? D. Winters and Fred Warner are playing. We already know that, right? But let's go ahead and just start. We can field some questions if nobody wants to hop in at this moment. I'll just field questions until somebody comes in. JC Montana, hey, Coach, do you feel will be the rookie? Who do you feel will be the rookie with the biggest impact? Mikael Williams. That position was sorely needed, man. I'm telling you. The Mikael, that edge position, and it's not even what he can potentially bring, right? Because that's why you pick him 11th overall, right? For the size, the upside, the youth. But what really kind of makes you, what really makes you want to pull the trigger immediately on a guy like Mikael Williams is Frisco. What really makes you think that a guy is really going to help you is his immediate impact. Really. The immediate impact that Mikael Williams gives us on the edge and run defense, he takes up space. I'm just telling you, like, his orbit as a player, 6'5", 35-inch arms, right? Wingspan. I mean, this guy, I've seen him be able to cover everything from 5 technique all the way out to 9, and even being at 9, still being able to get out to the flat to cover screens. I think that he's going to be a huge impact immediate. Right now, I do have a sneaky impact guy that if he makes it to the field and he actually makes the team and he starts, he's immediately going to be an impact player. And that is the guard out of Iowa. What's his name? Connor Colby. That kid. That can be somebody where if this kid finds a way to get on the field and start at offensive line, that's huge. That's huge. So I see Alfred Collins. I think that he's going to need some time. Getting on the field. Alfred Collins. I just want to talk about Alfred Collins quickly, right? And I see Dre is in here. I say JLP is in here. I'm gonna get to you guys. Alfred Collins played a lot of football, okay? And customarily in his career, he was a very good player. That's why he got to Texas, right? But once he got to Texas, there were very, very, very good players in front of him, right? That we all know who got drafted in front of him. And years went by while he was a backup playing sparingly. Now, he finally, when all of these guys got drafted and left, there was a conversation in Texas where they were going to take a step back defensively, particularly in the run game. And to his credit, Alfred Collins stepped in and not only filled that role, but was a force contributor on the defense, right? So that's what got him drafted. However, he's played in that season, he's played more football in that year than he's ever played in his entire life. And because of that, coming off of a draft, coming in, he's a little nicked up. My only thing with him is that I'm just concerned about the attrition. Big man, big body, and I just want to make sure that he stays on the field. So I'll say that about Alfred Collins. But what we'll do right now is I'll go ahead. Hey, Dre, you ready? I'm about to throw Dre up, and then we can get to it. What up? What's good, brother? How you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, bro. Good. Talk to me, man.
All right. So I'm gonna just give you some quick. I'm gonna give you a quick little feeling of how I feel about just. Well, because we didn't talk about the Purdy deal. Is we covering other stuff? Sorry, I don't want to.
Right, but no. Do what you want, but best case and worst case scenario.
Okay.
Stop walking. It's too much wind.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Best case scenario. We get him out in 3 and get another quarterback in.
Okay, so Dre. All right, so
sorry.
Oh, Dre, you here?
Yeah, somebody called me.
Oh, okay. No, Dre, I was talking best case scenario, worst case scenario for the season.
Oh, for the season. Best case scenario, we go. I got us 11-7. What is 11?
Okay.
Is that right? Or 11-6? Sorry.
No, 11. Yeah. 11-6.
11-6. I got us going 11-6.
Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario. Whew. It's like 7-8 wins, and half the team's injured.
How do you play that out? What do you think? All right, give me your best case scenario for going through the season. Let's walk through.
Okay,
so
best case scenario. The
Okay.
O-line actually can somehow protect Brock Purdy.
There we go. Give me something. There we go. What else? Give me your best case scenario. What
Best
would
case
have to
scenario,
happen for us
Christian
to
McCaffrey comes back and is an MVP again.
okay.
That's the best case scenario. Or
I got
somewhat of that world.
I got a theory on Christian, and tell me what you think about it.
Sorry, what was the question?
I got a theory on CMC, and tell me what you think about it. And I want the whole chat to fill me on this.
I feel like
Is it okay for Christian to have a beautiful death? We already paid him. All right. He's making guaranteed money.
he gave us one season.
The only way he knows how to play is all out, full tilt. Okay?
Yeah.
Packaging him may even lessen his skill set. And do we just ride Christian until the wheels fall off? Because that's what we paid for. And you know what? He's never going to be as good as he was a year or two ago. And you know what? It's like, hey, you owe us this money. Sorry, you owe us this money. Go off, do your thing. We're going to ride you 20 plus carries or touches from scrimmage. And because of the money that we're paying you, we're not about to treat you like an ornament to our offense. We're about to treat you like a main feature. What do you think?
I think if we put him back at 20 plus carries, he'll get right back off the field.
Yeah. I mean, if he goes back to his regular clip, he will get hurt. We know that.
Yeah. So there's got to be a real humble pie from just his brain. Like, because he can't get them 20, 25, 30 carries. Nah, it needs to be about at least 10, 15.
Okay.
And we need to start rotating them running backs. That's another best case scenario. We're rotating our running backs.
Okay. All right, brother. All right, hey, well, Dre, man, love the call, man. Give me a call back, bro.
Of course.
Talk to you. My guy.
How's it going, Coach?
I'm good, man. How you doing, JLP?
Doing good.
Well, talk to me, man.
I kind of want to get onto that CMC thing you guys were just talking about, and
Go ahead.
good well they're going to run him into the ground.
Yeah.
You know they are.
Yeah. Yes.
They're paying that money, and they believe, oh, he's fully healthy and this and that, and I get it, but it's one of those injuries that could come back at any minute. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to run him into the ground. In a minute, he's done, and they're going to throw somebody else in, run him into the ground until he's done, and throw somebody else in. It's the same thing they did last year. You know, they ran him into the ground. The second he came back, ran him straight to the ground.
Yeah.
You know, they ran Jordan Mason into the ground until he was out. Then it was Garendo.
Then it was, So, I mean, look. Guillermo says at least we can produce the running backs. I got you. We can find them. We just can't keep them. Right? We're serial daters. Right? Mm-hmm. So, but that just came to me, though, about Christian. There's only one way he's going to be used. There's only one way. Like, they have a hard time. I think Coach Kubiak just referenced this. Like, the link is in, the link is in the chat, brother. You don't literally have to call. The link is actually pinned in the top of the chat. So if you're on a computer, that's even better. Just go ahead and call in from the link and just have a audio and a cam ready to go. No problem. All right. So, but yeah, like I was saying, he's not going to get taken out of the game. They only know how to use him one way.
Full speed.
Kyle only knows how to use him from a certain perspective. I don't see this intelligent. This would be giving them a lot of credit to say, yo, you know what? Let's have this intelligent plan, this intelligent package for how we're going to use Christian. You know that if a game is in the balance, Christian's in that 15 to 18 carries, and we need him to tack on another 10. Well, yeah, you don't need a cam, Cliff. Sorry. But they're going to tackle 10 to 15, 10 more carries, and then Christian's going to be at his regular clip. My only thing is that another thing that I see is that I don't think the offensive line is really built for the type of season that Christian had 2 years ago, where we actually had a starting offensive line clip. So I do believe, for me, from a football standpoint, I have been really against this. I have. I've been talking about it. Kyle's the one that got Christian hurt. You need to use him a certain way. This, that, and the third. You know why I'm walking away from that entire thought process? The money.
Because you know what ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, the money. We're paying him. Yeah. We're paying. He's the highest paid running back in the NFL. Mm-hmm. The money. So even packaging him, the money. You have to represent your pay stub. Like, he has to be the focal point of the offense. So I don't think he'll last, but we'll see.
I mean, that would be one of you talking about, ceilings and floors and stuff. Hell, the ceiling on that would be is if he could stay healthy the whole year and produce like he did a couple years ago. But, running backs, they tend to fall off a hill at a certain point in their career. I've seen many of them that be just great, and then just fall off a cliff. And Frank Gore notwithstanding, 14 seasons or 16 seasons, 16,000 yards or something like that, I think. But most running backs don't do that. It's once they hit that certain wall, it's straight down from there. And I'm hoping that he's not at that wall yet, but he's close to the edge. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, I mean, and I believe that one of the biggest things for Christian is, running backs only have a certain amount of carries in them. Right. Once you get over that mark, you're kind of just there's no tread on the tires, and you're just spinning. So for me,
the car only has so many miles it can drive before they're gonna run no more.
Yeah, then it's over. So I do believe that, and with this being kind of like a prove it deal, a prove it year for the Niners, what do you think? Do you think we'll be an offensively or defensively led team this year?
I'm hoping defensively led. I mean, that's what kind of team we're built to be. And with Salah back in there, I don't see no reason why we can't. I mean, I know we're going to be relying on a lot of rookies, but the hell, that's going to be youth. That's going to be speed. That's going to be, yes, they're going to have to learn some stuff, but defense is easier to, than it is like trying to learn Kyle's playbook. Mm-hmm. Defense is, hey, go after the quarterback. Hey, cover, I mean, so we'll see. I would like for it to be defensively led, but then again, they may try to flip it on its head, and we'll see. And I don't want Brock Purdy to go out there and try to play like Superman again, because he's not. I mean, he's a good quarterback. I love what he does, but we don't need him out there trying to play Superman ball. We need him out there playing complimentary football, get the ball to the pieces, let them do their jobs. And don't be afraid to take a check down. Half of the time he gets in trouble is he's trying to sling it too far down the field instead of taking the one that's in front of him right there wide open.
Mm-hmm. Well, how did you feel about the deal? What do you think about the deal?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'm going to give Farag all the credit in the world for that, because
he deserves his flowers, don't he?
Man, let's buy him a whole bouquet. Shit, that man did the salary cap genius work with that one.
I don't know how he got him. I mean, Brock needed his money.
Yeah.
This is what I love about the deal, is that everybody eats, B. Like, everybody walked away happy, right?
Exactly.
Brock got his money.
Yep.
Not only did Brock get his money, but he also got a no trade clause. Mm-hmm. So you know what that says to me? A no trade clause says trust, right? The fact that the Niners would agree to a no trade clause, because at least Brock, they have a future in hand where they're saying, okay, we understand how we came into this team. Mr. Irrelevant, coming off the bench, kind of took your team by storm. Now, it's not my fault that I saved you. That's why we're at the table right now.
Exactly.
Right? However, I do understand that this may not be the team for me, right? Like, as things mature. And that's one thing that I don't think people necessarily understand. Brock was right for the team that he came in on. A veteran team, very, very talented, looking for a Super Bowl.
Everywhere.
A lot of weapons looking for a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's what Brock fit into. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, you could say, oh, well, his numbers are inflated because of what he had, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It fit. Right? It's all about fit. Now, is Brock Purdy a fit for an aging team with more and more rookies on it who's trying to make the playoffs by hook or crook? I don't know.
Well, that's what
I don't know. But that's what we're going to find out, right? So that's what we pay him for, right? So he was a fit. Now, back to the contract conversation. I think that the no trade clause is them both understanding that he was a fit. Mm-hmm. You were the right man for the right situation. We thank you for that. Not only that, we thank you for acknowledging that. Because if you can acknowledge that you were a fit then, you also can acknowledge that you possibly may not be a fit in the future. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, with that, I want you to understand that the same conversation that we're having right now that's getting you paid, you need to honor that conversation when it's time for us to move on. Now, because of it, we're not just going to throw you out and throw you into Cleveland, right? Dump you off into Serbia, right? Where, you know, it's quarterback hell. Yeah, where quarterbacks go to die, right? What we'll do is if it is time for you to move on, we'll get you somewhere that's an actual place that you want to go, right? We'll get you in a good situation, right? So what I love about it is that the fact that the Niners were able to acquiesce and give that to Brock to say, yeah, we'll let you do that. Mm-hmm. That lets me know that Brock gave something too, right? On the front end that said, okay, well, look, if I'm giving you outs, all right. So, all right, you're paying me 181 up front, right? You're paying me 181 guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're front loading me, which I love, 165 in the first 3 years. But if you're gonna give me the no trade clause, I'll give you the opportunity to have outs along the way, all the way through. It's the perfect deal. They really had, you know what? This is also flying in the face of the people who said that Brock would not give a team-friendly deal. Right? That Brock's going to ask for all his money. Brock wants everything. In what world? Why? Why would you do that?
Well, he's not going to take any less than 60. Oh, well, you know, he never come out and said that. So I never had that in my mind. My mindset was Brock is going to do something that is friendly because he knows he needs that talent around him. I mean, hell, we could sit there and say that, oh, this guy's more talented than this guy don't need as much, players around him, whatever you want to say. But hell, you could go back and look at Joe Montana. Would he have been what he was without Jerry Rice, without Roger Craig? Mm-hmm. Without Dwight Clark, you look at Steve Young's team. I mean, would he be what he was without Rice? Every quarterback has to have talent around him. I mean, that's just, you look at the ones, they could be the most talented in the world. If they ain't got no talent around them, that team ain't going nowhere anyway. Look at all them years Cam spent in Carolina with no talent around him and didn't do shit. Had 1 year with talent around him, went to Super Bowl. So I've heard Cam talk junk about Brock. He ain't as talented, blah 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 blah. Talent's only gonna get you so far. You got to have a team. You got to have a good team, and Brock's smart enough to know that. Just like Patrick Mahomes is, guys like that, Tom Brady. Hey, I'll take a little bit less on my end to assure I have people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
No, I love it, man. I love the deal. The thing that I love about it is also there was a signing bonus in the deal. I believe there was a question in here, was there a signing bonus? He got 40 up front. Mm-hmm. So that's nasty, right? Yeah. Life-changing money, right? Yeah. Then the rest of it is going to be prorated over years moving forward, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to have a cap hit of 8.5 coming up
That's crazy low. I mean, that's crazy
Come
low.
on, bro. That's ridiculous.
I mean, there's guys that was drafted that's making more than that.
Bro, if we want to just do the comparison, that's a great conversation too. Let's just do the comparisons just of the quarterbacks, man. Like the comparison of the quarterbacks. So if we're looking at Brock Purdy and let's just go with Tua. The Tua deal.
That's a rough deal. That is
all right. So Tua signed it. Yeah, it's crazy. So Tua signed in 2024. All right. So basically, what is his deal? 212 million over 7 years. Jesus. All right. Mm-hmm. So his first cap hit in 2024 was 9.5 million. His 2025 cap hit this year, $39.1 million. My God.
Ooh, that's rough.
Like 39. That's a stick up.
And there's no guarantee he's gonna make it through the season anyway. I mean, shit, let's make it our line to protect him.
Dude, do you know? Yo, stop it. Tua is a better QB, but concussion issues. Yeah, and my girlfriend is the best in the world when she doesn't sneak out at me and cheat. Like, stop. Yeah. We're not doing that. Stop. We're not doing that, man. The concussions, you got to get that out of here. That's a bad take. I had to bring back the toilets for that. That's a bad take. I'm sorry. Availability is the best ability. All right. So I'm sorry. In 2026, next year, Tua Tagovailoa's cap hit is $56.4 million, JLP.
Man.
What are we doing? How? Right? So well, let's just say, all right, you know what? You got to
say whoever we got in our front office, Tarag and them, or smarter than whoever the hell the office got in there. What they do? Go get the guy we used to have?
Bro, Jared Goff. He
went to Jacksonville.
Look at this, man. The Jared Goff deal. All right. Jared Goff signed. Hold on. What did he sign for? His cap hit in 2025 this year, $32.6 million. That's not that bad. $32.6 million. You know what his cap hit is next year? $69.6 million.
Whoa. I bet he either gets a new deal or gets cut before that.
Come on, man.
One of the two things will happen.
Come on.
He'll renegotiate.
Have to, man. We're looking
you can't
at
afford that. I mean, what are you going to pay for the other players? You're not.
There's no way they're paying Jared Goff that money. Justin Herbert, 2025, his cap number is 37.3. In 2026, his cap number is 46.3. In 2027, he jumps right back up. It's almost kind of like the Brock deal in a sense. In 2027, he jumps up to 58. In 2028, he jumps up to 71.1. I mean, dude.
Yeah, but he ain't at the 8 point something that Brock set for this year, though. So, we could still go out there and sign some people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying there's anybody out there that would help us out. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let's get through a little bit of camp. Let's see who decides to cut who, or the first wave of that shit, and see who's actually ready to hit the field as far as our rookies goes. And if we've got holes that we feel, hey, maybe Alfred Collins is not quite ready yet, hey, then maybe we need to invest in somebody.
Yeah, I mean, right now, our cap space, we rank third in the NFL in cap space, dude. We got $39.1 million in cap space, only behind the Patriots and the Lions. With all of that dead, with $81.3 million in dead cap.
While we're paying Debo to go butterfinger it up. Watched it.
Look at all of that dead cap that we're paying, and still with when you talk about stripping the whip down to the nuts and bolts, yep. I mean, they took this roster to the chop shop.
It was smart, though. It had to be done. I mean, the only one out of any of them that I would have really liked to have seen us work out would have been Greenlaw. But honestly, like you said, investability is availability, and
Yeah.
that was his issue. I mean, Banks was okay. Yeah, he was available most of the time, but Banks wasn't worth paying what he got paid.
No,
So
not $18 million a year. Hell no.
who else did we let go that I thought we should have kept? Definitely not Debo.
No,
Debo
I
fell off a
wasn't.
cl- Debo fell off a cliff last year. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. The dude was fat. Debo
Yeah.
ran like slower than he ever had in his career. So the only
Yeah.
one true one I would have liked to have kept. I mean, Hufanga's okay.
Yeah. But
Hufanga's
I
not
wasn't really
really,
that mad about losing Huff.
and Hufanga's availability issue also. I mean, so name me who we should have kept besides Dre, and then at that point, look at his availability, and then you say, well, you know what? Let's go young. Let's get faster. Let's get
Mm-hmm.
cheaper, and do it all at the same time. And this happened to be the perfect draft to do it with, especially if you consider last year's draft, where we probably got two or three starters out of that draft as well.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
this year is make or break. Things have been set up. I mean, and if you look at just how the organization has just really made these moves within one offseason, we have made a lot of headway. I mean, right now the cap is looking really good with the cap space that we have. All of this dead cap money, man.
yep.
Like, dude, when all of this money comes roaring back, man, the Niners are going to be in. We're going to be in play.
It's like when you get a cut on your arm or whatever, and you have to pull that band-aid off, and you dreading it because you're gonna pull them hairs off with it, and then you pull it real slow, and it hurts like shit. So you just rip it the hell off. That's what we did this year. We ripped that
Yeah,
band-aid the hell off.
a bare nine truth, coach. You got to go back to the books to see where they got the money. It was kind of blood money to the cap. They take they can make up a lot if they take the cap money and pay it forward to next year to balance the red. Yeah, I mean, I agree. So
That's
look,
probably what
bro,
they're gonna do. They're probably going to move most of that.
hell yeah. So hey, give me your best and worst case scenario before I get you out of here, JLP.
I already told you my best last week. 12 wins,
12. Okay.
12 wins, somewhere right around in there.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
depending.
Mm-hmm.
One or two of them games could go either way. But and then the floor is going to be what we just watched.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
that's
fair.
that's that's the floor. The floor is what we just watched. Brock overextending, trying to do too much. No receivers getting separation. Running back getting thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
And our defense not tackling, especially not stopping the run. If we can do that one thing better this year, our whole team will be better.
Hey man, thanks for the
And,
call.
and we got to get
You
rid
know
of
I
that
love
kicker
it.
too.
Yeah, you want him gone?
I want him gone.
You
I
don't even
want him
want to let
gone.
him. You don't even want to let him compete.
No, no, because here's the problem with the competition. Okay, you brought in somebody else to compete with him, right? He's going
Right.
to look so much better than that person is in practice because he's got a big, strong leg and he got no pressure on him in practice to make those kicks, so it doesn't matter. In game time, however, is when he turns into a pumpkin,
Mm-hmm.
especially when the game's on the line. We need a field goal. Guess where it's going? This way. No, it's going to go this way. No, it's going to go this way. I mean, he can't make it go this way.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. I don't know. I'm done with him.
All right. All right,
If
bro.
anybody wants to trade a seventh round pick, here you go. Have them.
JLP, you rough, man. I'll talk to you, brother.
All right. Peace out, coach.
Peace, man. Chills. What you going to school? What you got a book bag going for, man? Looking like a big ass kid.
It's choppy, so can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little choppy, so you got to kind of stay still to make sure that it comes through clear.
All right. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. Sorry about that. I'm at a kid's birthday party, so I have you on it. My
All right.
earphone.
Coach love the
So,
kids, man.
hey, I'm off on the side, so I have to, in case things get a little spicy. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, yeah.
So I'll go straight to the main thing I was calling about was like best case scenario, worst case scenario, because I'm not going to be able to be on for more than a minute. Worst case scenario, let's start there. The team looks the same as it did last year, and Brock looks even worse. All right, that's like the worst case scenario for me. Now, what do you do at that point? You have to move on from Brock Purdy. Now, if you the dead cap is on his contract, he has 63 million in dead cap if they cut him uh, before June 1st in 2026. Right now, they have 87 million on the dead cap. Next year, they have 20 million on the dead cap. So they'll be in the exact same dead cap 2026 if they have to cut Brock Purdy. So the only question then is that can you then develop the team? So that's like worst case scenario for me. You're basically in pretty much the same position that you are now, except you moved on from Brock Purdy. Same dead cap position. You've got all the same core pieces in place because they re-signed George, they re-signed Fred. You know, they're pretty much in the same position with everybody except Purdy. So that's like worst case scenario for me. Best case scenario is a team actually comes out and balls out. I'm not really so concerned about the record. I'm more concerned about the play. I want to see the offensive click. I want to see the defensive click, and I want to see some actual, football energy. Not just Jake Moody missing field goals and all that. That's a major concern, but I'm also more concerned about the whole special teams approach. I want them to treat special teams the way it should be treated, like a bunch of maniacs out there who don't get no playing time except on special teams. So these dudes are going to go out there and do whatever they can to make a play, and that's how I want the special here. That's the best case scenario for me. And then skipping ahead to next offseason, I want to see them continue to do sensible roster construction. Keep trimming fat off the team. If you're supposed to be able to elevate, four guys, if you're lucky, off the practice squad because they developed, you get to draft seven guys or more so they can afford to part ways with some people. Keep parting ways with people as the season goes on. CMC does balls out and he has trade value, trade it. You know, this whole Bosa situation, if Bosa doesn't have an amazing season, move on from Bosa. That's what I would like to see. That's like best case scenario for me. Trent retires because I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, the best ability is availability. He's not consistently available. They got to move on from Trent and stop fooling themselves about it. But anyway, I'm gonna go play with these kids. See y'all next time.
I talk to you, brother. Good call, man. Love you, man. Hey, man. So look, that was a phenomenal take by my boy Frisco Shields, and I agree. One thing that I would like to bring up is just, let's just get this up here real quick before we get out of here. Ain't nobody else calling in. So we rolling out early. This is going to be a real quick one, guys. I know we've been in here about 45 minutes, but really, I got a prior engagement, man. Coach love the kids. As a matter of fact, I got to go out. I got a nice little cool movie date. What just came out? What's the name of that movie that just came out? Lilo and Stitch. The new Lilo and Stitch came out. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta watch. I got a Lilo and Stitch date with me and the little young lady. So we about to go watch Lilo and Stitch, my little niece. So it's gonna be fun, man. So, but one thing that I will bring up though is the dead cap money right now with us sitting at 40 million, just under 40 million. We're at like 39.8 or 38.9, whatever million dollars under the cap right now. We've got the third most cap space in the NFL. All right. With 80 plus million in dead cap. Now, what Frisco did bring up is, which is awesome, which is next year, if they do move on from him, they kind of replicate the exact 80 million in dead cap that they would have to incur of the 66 million that they would take on from moving on from Brock Purdy. But there's something else that I've seen in the structure of the dead cap money, and we gonna get to it. So check this out. So if you can see Brock Purdy's deal, this is Brock Purdy's deal on over the cap. All right. So the dead cap money right here, of course, if we let him go, we're going to let him go, cut him before June 1. That's a $90 million cap hit. All right. The $66 million is what Shills was referring to next year, right? If we remove one from him next year, we'd have to accrue the $66 million. But look at the dead cap money that we would have to take for Brock if we moved on in 2 years. That's only $5.1 million. His cap number at that time is a $30.8 million, which is very manageable for anybody taking on the team. I'm telling you, this deal, this is not about getting rid of Brock or moving on from him. But what I'm saying is that you don't want to be locked into a deal that just kind of hamstrings you. And there are so many Easter eggs. There's so many things in this deal that help us organizationally that, it's the deal that keeps on giving. It is, right? Like the 5.1 at dead cap hit in 3 years in, even if we moved on, you know what I'm saying? We could move on and be good to go. Money wise. Right? So that's something right there that I absolutely love. This deal is awesome. And yes, I am wearing a shirt, Steve-O. Shut up. It's laundry day. Forgive me. So look, we got Alex. I'm going to bring Alex up in here. If nobody comes in after Alex, we're going to close out the show. Alex, talk to me. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Coach? I just want to give you a salute, all appreciation to you. I really enjoy your show. I really enjoy all the content you put out, bro. Just want to put that out there.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Alex. What you got for me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a different perspective, bro. Like, I think the high for this year would be we hit on at least 5 of our draft picks. If we can hit on at least 5 on them, then that's a good year.
What you got for me? You got to name them.
Michael, first foremost. Alfred Collins, number 2. And Nick Martin, that'd be my top 3 priorities. If we can,
that'd be huge.
That'd be huge. Upton Stout, that'd be major too.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus Siegel. Siegel. That's a John Lynch pick, and I trust that pick.
Me too. I do.
Yeah. Jordan Watkins, that'd be cool. That'd be cool because he'd be a really good burner. I'm really liking Jordan James. I didn't like Jordan James when they first picked him.
Right.
When I saw the tape, I was like, okay, you know what? I see the vision here. It's like he's a really good catching running back. I see that. And Connor Colby. We really need him to step up in the trenches. And yeah, those are some names coming up. I'd say mids season would be like none we hit on like maybe 1 or 2 or maybe none of them. That'd be like a mid-season. Now keep in mind this would be like the worst case scenario right here.
All right, let's go.
Worst case scenario, that happens and Brock Purdy gets hurt.
No.
Worst case scenario.
That is worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Whoa. What if Matt comes in and cooks?
Then that save us. Or what's his name? Our other QB, but like
Tanner Mordecai?
Yeah, Tanner Mordecai. Tanner Morty. But looking at the cap, bro, like, that'd be bad if Brock gets hurt because that'd be like BA 2.0.
Yeah, it would. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, but like I feel like how like the way our cap spaces and like how Brock's contract structured, I feel like Jed organized it so like he doesn't really care if that happens. He's just gonna take on the cap hit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I think he's just like with the amount of cap space, and there's no really good free agents out there in the market right now. So I feel like they kind of set up like where it's like, okay, if BA 2.0 happens, we'll just take our L next year, move on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really hoping. I think Brock's gonna take us at least to the playoffs minimum. That's a really good standard to hit, and then we'll just take it from there. I'm feeling like, like the 2022-2021 NFC Championship vibes when we face the Rams that season, the underdog season. I'm really hoping that happens again,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right now with the $40 million in cap space, this is something that I see with the $40 million, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that we don't need to go get a guy because we're not a guy away.
Yeah,
right?
We're not.
We're not a guy away. So going to go get somebody that we're going to go pay $20 million a year as a rental, right?
Mhm.
Or $15 million a year as a rental, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it. Let
Same.
the young pups spin. Now, you know what's
Yep.
ironic about this
Well, tell me, coach.
is that they never wanted to give Trey an opportunity to play because he was too young and they didn't think that him playing was advantageous to the team, right? Basically, we can't wait on you, right? We can't watch you grow. We're here to win a Super Bowl. Now they're forced to play the rookies.
Yeah.
They have to play them. There's no starting offense or starting defensive players that are in these guys' way. And I'm telling you, you know who I think is going to look so good teaching the hell out of these young guys?
Tell me, coach. Tell me here.
Robert Saleh.
Yes.
He just had a young group of guys out in New York in the Meadowlands, had those guys galvanized. I'm telling you, when we see how the young guys galvanize around Coach Saleh and the way they're around him, it's going to speak volumes. I'm telling you, if they fail this year, do you think that it's time for Saleh to move in? What do you think? If they miss the playoffs this year, you give me your best case scenario. Are you sticking with everything the same? What are you doing if they don't make the playoffs this year?
I'm thinking we gotta at least run it again next year. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like the Eagles, you know, it took them like 2 years after they even drafted Jalen Carter to even get to like the Super Bowl. Like they did make the playoffs, but they got their back blown out that playoffs.
Pause. Yep.
Yo.
Yep.
But, like,
we're good.
But yo, but no, they went ahead and cooked in the next year. You know, shout out to them. You know, they deserve it all. You know, but you know, it's gonna be our time soon. You know, we just gotta get back to work. You know.
Of course, man. Definitely got to get back to work. Hey, look, I got your best case and worst case. It was an awesome call, man. Give me a call back again, Alex. This is your first time, isn't it?
Yes, sir, coach. Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Love the call, man. Give me a call back.
I'll call you back, bro. See you later.
See ya. This is the guy who I've been waiting for. The John. The Don. Manhattan John, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it from Manhattan John. Manhattan John. What's good, baby?
How you doing?
Hey, man, I love the Beastie Boys shirt. That's classic.
Thanks, dude.
Talk to me, man.
I've been gone, so I haven't been able to call in.
Where you been? I haven't noticed you in the chats, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, like every weekend I've been at like a work thing or like a family thing, and then this weekend I had this vacation booked, but I happened to catch your live alert, so here I am.
Hey, brother. Best and worst case scenario. Give it to me.
Yeah, so draft grade for the Niners, I'm going to give them a B. It seems to be getting more towards B plus as we learn more about these rookies. Super excited at the idea of having Robert Saleh right at the right time when we have all these young guys on defense. And really, like, it sounds like what it's going to come down to for this next season is how well we perform in the division. And, you know, the rest of the schedule is soft, man. We're getting the same schedule that the Giants and the Eagles had last year. Right. And if Robert Saleh, if anything, if he can just fix the run defense, I don't see how we lose less than 10 games, because if the Cardinals and the Seahawks can't run on us, I'm counting those as 4 wins. The Rams, I think, could beat us twice, but we could get lucky on them once. And if we do well in division, the rest sort of works itself out, man. I think we're back in the playoffs.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
The only thing that can screw us up, man, is Trent getting hurt. I think if CMC gets hurt, yeah, we'll be a different team, but we have other running backs and we won't look quite the same. But if Trent gets hurt, they're just that backup tackle, man. I don't think he can just slide in and the offense will look the same. Yeah,
I see that as well. They got to get him on the field first. I haven't seen him at all. Pictures, tweets, anything. Haven't heard anything.
No.
Yeah.
I think he tweeted Kyle or texted Kyle once and was like, "Yo, I'll be there." And no one has any other news other than that. And they're just like, "Oh,
yeah." And you know, like we're all like every insider we know, anybody that's close to the building, like we're all like, have you seen him? Like nobody has seen him. So that's something that we're looking at for sure. All right, let's go. Worst case scenario, John.
Worst case scenario, Williams gets hurt. McCaffrey actually injury progresses. Tendonitis is one of those things where if you do not use the muscles or the ligaments or whatever, you can recover from it. A lot of people last year were talking about him like he had ACL tears, but like tendonitis is something that won't go away if you keep using like those tendons.
You need rest.
Say like, yeah, no CMC, no Trent. Alfred Collins ends up just being a boulder and not really being good, so the defense can't really stop the run. Then we're looking at like a 7-win season, right? But I really think last year, like we were hurt, man. A lot of those games that were close were like 1-score games, and now we've got the easiest schedule that any team has had in the past decade. And I really think we're going to pop out of it with like 11, 12 wins. Like I'm taking the over in Vegas on the Niners for sure.
All right, man.
Like
hey,
300 if you pick them for 13.
My only thing is that we got some guys that we got to play that, you know, every game's going to have. This is one thing that I want all of us to realize. The games don't seem that big from this far away. Right? But when we get in that week, when we get in that game week, all right, some of the things that we are not looking at right now are going to materialize. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, we got to look at the fact that we've never. It doesn't matter now because we beat them, and we haven't played them in almost a year. But Tampa Bay with Mike Evans is a different Tampa Bay. With Chris Godwin, that's a different Tampa Bay. Okay, like we haven't played them now, but you know, Houston, they got offensive line issues. Right? We got to see exactly what they're going to do. If they're going to be the same team, they're under a lot of pressure this year to replicate what they did 2 years ago because last year was a down year for CJ Stroud. I understand that the Giants game seems like a foregone conclusion that we will win that game. But we do horrible over there. They have a very good defensive line, okay? A very good defensive line. On top of the fact that the last time we were there, Nick Bosa tore his ACL in 2020. They have horrible turf. I know that doesn't seem like a big issue in May, but when we get through that, when we get into week 9, I guarantee you that is going to be something we all talk about, and it's going to be a factor. So I see the wins, and I understand on paper this is a very easy schedule, especially when you put it up against what we usually see every year.
Yeah.
Right? We have been put in the front of the NFL year after year because of how good we are. We play the primetime games. We see the best teams during the regular season. We don't ever get the Washington Commanders schedule. We don't ever get that.
Yep.
Right? We got it this year.
No, I'm talking smack to my East Coast friends, especially Eagles fans. Where I'm like, hey, you guys are about to see what it's like when you have to like tear through the NFC North and then come into your last 4 games with guys hurt. It's not the same as
they're going to
NFC South.
Look, I'm looking at the Eagles now, bro, and I've been talking to we're on the East Coast, so all of my Eagles guys that think that it's just so sweet. I'm telling them now. I'm like, dude, you guys got Chicago, the Chargers, Washington, Buffalo, all right, and Washington again. All right, keep it up. You guys got a hell of a slate in front of you. All right. Yeah. So I'll tell you this, man. Look, Rob D says MetLife has upgraded the turf twice since that game, allegedly. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Stop.
Which game are you going to go to, Coach?
I'm going to go to, I know they're playing at Tampa, so it's either going to be between the Giants and the Tampa game.
All right. Well, if you go to the Giants, let me know.
Hell yeah.
Go to that one.
Hell yeah, I'll let you know for sure, bro. I'll call you too, man. We haven't talked in a minute. I'll give you a call.
Yeah, we should revisit that thing. I think it could still go.
We gotta revisit that thing. All right, you know what? I'm giving you a call. I gotta go to Lilo and Stitch after this, but I'm gonna call you on Sunday.
All right, later, man.
Talk to you, brother.
See
D-Day! Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Where have you been? Oh, nice. This is a nice little area you got. I'm feeling the apartment, bro. Got a little kitchenette in the background. You know what I'm saying? The lighting is good. You look good. You look healthy. You got the Kodak smile. You know what I'm saying? You look good, brother. It's been a while. How you doing, man?
I haven't lost a step. I've been watching everything since the last time I've been on. Ain't nothing changed. Just that I've been, praying a lot. I converted to Islam. I'm doing great. Life is good. Listen,
nigga, is that a blender? Is that a blender? This nigga got a blender now? Oh, hey, yo, step this game. Okay. Oh, he got the convection up. I see you, bro. I see you. Okay. My man. Let's get to it.
So that was from my coworker. She's basically like my sugar mama, and she's
my God, you done took. Oh my God, you done took it right back, bruh. I was giving you so much credit. You come in here with sugar mama nonsense. Come on, man. You doing too. Go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, man.
I know I'm pressed for time, man. I'm just so overjoyed to talk. Look, the draft, it could have been better if we just got like one more defensive lineman. But overall, I give us like a B, a solid B. Kyle Shanahan, I'm looking into the future. This reaction is about the future. I think we'll be we won't get to the Super Bowl this year. Next year, I think Kyle Shanahan might be fired. I think John Lynch would stay before Kyle Shanahan would stay. I think it's good that we have a big body in the defensive lineman that we had. I think we'll go in the playoffs. I think we will make the playoffs this year, but I think we'll get booted out at some point. In terms of next year's draft, we're actually going to focus on predicting. We'll focus on the line more, and that'll bolster up our line more officially. I'll bet then confidently that we'll have a better chance at getting to the Super Bowl, and that's with or without McCaffrey, because by then we'll have more depth at the defensive line, and we'll have probably we'll select in the draft with more better common sense. Premier offensive linemen, and that'll balance everything out. It's all about balance. The organization is learning about that from a football standpoint, but Kyle Shanahan is still in his way, still in our way. The play calling of Kyle Shanahan worries me when it comes to the Giants and teams as such. We're all going to see today, this season, that all the teams that we underestimated last year, they actually improved, and I mean all of them, from east to west, all abroad. This draft, everyone else selected pretty much better than us. Than the 49ers. We did okay. But thank God for that big body defensive lineman that we have. Wes reminds me of the old, as we know. Kyle Shanahan time is running out soon though. And I just feel it. And but as far as this season, I hope we go far as we can, but I'm predicting honestly faithful playoffs.
All right, brother. You got the playoffs. You got the worst case scenario. My man got the draft. My man converted to Islam, got a sugar mama, got his twist redone, brand new bangles, and a nice white tee, and he's walking me around the room. And he's got the ooh, that's a nice prayer rug. That's a nice prayer rug. I like that. That's choice. I like that. You stepped your game up. Hey,
I'm just trying to, yeah.
You my guy. I love the call. Give me a call back. Close me out. What words do you have?
Go Niners, and I'm thankful for this channel, and I'm thankful for you, Coach. Like, just keep being, elevating your game and just being great. You fit right in, man. And tell Grant that I said that I'm his #1 fan, and I would like to have a chance to do this with him on one of his reactions. That would mean a lot to me, for real. And this is from the East Coast. We love Niner Nation, and keep going, keep being positive, man.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Malaikum salam.
My guy.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Talk to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got all your people extended that you need to get extended. You got ahead
okay.
You got ahead of the 8 ball. I mean, that's a good thing. We don't have to worry about going into the preseason, going into OTAs, let alone training camp. Thinking about whether or not Brian Purdy gonna get paid.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, the draft was good. I mean, you let Robert Sala get the people that he need, the key people he need. I feel as though we should have got more. I wanted to solidify the line. That's just me. I'm all about protecting the quarterback. If we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna extend the quarterback and he's gonna be our guy, I need him protected. I need
Mm-hmm.
somebody that's gonna replace Trent Williams when he retires. And I need what's the answers for left guard and center and right tackle? What's the
Uh,
answers?
look, man.
I'm not going to keep getting away the fact that all of our 49ers championship teams had great offensive linemen and great D line.
I mean, look, you want to be right or you want to be rich? You know what I mean? That's really what it's all about. You want to be right or you want to be rich. Now, if you're going to do it the right way, if you want to be right, then look, we can talk about all of the holes, right? This is like you bring your shorty out, and it's like, look, we going out to dinner, man. We going to a spot that's affordable, okay? We gonna have a good time. Could you
going
look
at V's? We going at V's.
Yeah, like could you find something better? Yes. Okay. Now, could you say that there should have been could we have gone to a better show? Yes. But that ain't our lane. That ain't what we doing tonight. Right? You want to be rich or you want to be right? So for us, I think that certain things with this team, I'm not harping on because they're not changing them. That ain't what they do, right? They rolling with that guard spot. Whatever they got at left guard, they running with what they brung. They don't care. Jake Brindle, God love him, but they love they love him, right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, bruh. Like, I don't think that they gonna move in and completely revamp the offensive line. They haven't shown me that they have the capacity, right?
Yeah.
Even when they've had the opportunity to do it, they haven't done it, right? There's a way that they build this team that they feel like fiscally they put their assets into the defensive line, not necessarily the O-line, right? They get their left tackle, they pay that left tackle, but everybody else, you on your own, right? So in my opinion, I love what we have done from it. Think about it this way. This is a big ship, and we have made a huge turnaround in just a short amount of time, right?
Yes.
Max exited to players, being able to sign the guys, having a solid draft, right? We love the picks. We don't know what they will be yet, but there's not a lot of hubbub about we don't need this guy and why do we get that guy? There's not a lot of that this year, right? So
it's upside with all of them, so that's the good thing. It's upside.
How do you feel about the offensive guys that we brought in?
Offensive guys we bringing is good. Like that receiver, the free agent receiver Robinson, who's going to be suspended. I mean, you didn't see that coming, but I think they can contribute. Like Kyle now has to be. He's got to show us he's a real guru man, because you don't have Debo to depend on that. You are going into an offense where Ricky Parcell and Juan Jennings are going to be your number one and number two. That's what it is. They invest. You drafted Ricky Parcell at number one. He's got to play like a number one. Until Brandon you comes back, he's got to step up. Then you turn around, you got Jacob Connell. How are we going to work him in? I like Watkins. I like some of the young receivers that we picked up. I just hope he uses them. Don't shelf them. Use them. I don't care how you use them. I don't care if you use them on screen. I don't care if you use them on just a few routes. Just use them. Get them experience. We have a problem of shelving people, and then the next year they're ready to go. No, use them. You have the opportunity to use them. We so-called have an easy schedule, even though I feel as though if you play football, there's no such thing as an easy schedule.
I'm with you.
I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Everybody keeps saying, we got easy schedule. Everybody lines up to play. Bruh. I don't care if that team is 1-7. They will line up to play you and play you hard. Not because of your name.
That shit again.
Everybody
that was a bar.
Like everybody, oh man, we got an easy schedule. We could just walk in the playoffs. Everybody thinks that. All 32 teams think that shit. Oh, I got an easy schedule. You don't have an easy schedule because everybody has gotten better. And you don't know how people's roster is going to look like by the end of training camp and by the end of the preseason. You don't know who's going to come out of the world, but who's the diamond in the rough for a goddamn team. Stop thinking everything is easy. Nothing's easy for the 49ers. We've never
Right.
had it easy. So I don't want to hear that crap. Been a Niner fan since the 80s. We've seen the ups and downs. So we went through a turnaround, like you said, it's great. But now you have to put it together. And that takes time, chemistry and everything. The good thing about this now is you know who your quarterback is for the next couple of years. You know your middle linebacker is ready to go. He has his favorite defensive coordinator back. We have our defensive coordinator back that's actually going to make our defense not have to worry about this. They were thinking too much last year. Now they can really play at their capability.
Yeah.
You got a D line now that you got a young D line that can go after it with Nick Bosa anchoring. I think Mikael Williams is going to do great. I really do. I think he might be what we want him to be.
One of them ones.
Yeah, he might be one of the ones. And there's nothing, and that's a good thing because we need somebody on that other side of the edge. I don't mind rotating D lineman, but I need a guy that I know on third down he gonna get the job done. That's what I want. And that linebacker, Martin, I think Martin is gonna be all right. Just let him. We gotta see him play. He has to have time to be beside Fred Warner. The same way we drafted Dre Greenlaw. Everybody's like he was undersized. Okay, and look how Dre Greenlaw playing out. It takes time. Give people time to develop. We can be a dominant team, but give them time to develop. That's it.
I agree. You know what? From a coaching perspective, you know what one of the, it's not hard, but it's very important, and it can be hard at times, but we've got to make every game feel like it matters. And that's going to be hard this season. Kyle's job this year is to have us practicing balls out against New Orleans, even though we got New Orleans coming this week. Kyle's job is to have us practicing and not, like, this is what's going to kill me playing this season, right? This is the season it's all going to be out there. How can you get around not getting outcoached by New Orleans this year? Is there an excuse?
No.
How can you excuse being outcoached by Jacksonville this year? How in God's name I'm already getting hyped like we lost the damn games. How could you get outcoached by the Giants this year? A lot is on Kyle this year. A lot is on. Can you imagine a more prepared New Orleans Saints team? That would make me throw up. To watch the New Orleans Saints, who everybody right now in May is saying, this is an easy win for the Niners, bro. The Niners are going to outclass the New Orleans Saints. Dog, if we show up to New Orleans jumping off sides, talking about, we had to get out the blocks, right? The offense wasn't. If we go through that shit in week 2, bro, I am going to be unfucking hinged. I will tell you right now. What this year needs to prove to me is that you simply know how to coach the damn team.
There you go.
Because you don't got no prime. You got 7 primetime games, right? They're trying to shine. They're trying to put polish on the turd with some of these primetime games. But the truth is that there's not a lot of teams out here that should really be outclassing us. Not with the pedigree that we have on this team. Not with the pedigree that we have on this team. This year, I want us to show up, and I want some games to be a foregone conclusion. Like, yeah, we're showing up to New Orleans. We're going to win. Why? Because we're going to outclass them. We're not going to jump off sides. We're not going to have delay of games. The offense is going to be able to move efficiently. We're going to be able to just play football. That's why we're going to beat these guys. This year, look, you know what the jukes is going to be? Look out for the okie doke. This is going to be the okie doke this year. The okie doke this year is they're going to treat every day. Well, it's any given Sunday. And with New Orleans, with the New Orleans Saints, They came in rough. Some things got away from us this year. Some things got away from us coming into the game. And, that's just the way, the ball didn't fall our way this year. Yo, I'm going to tell you, last year, what really upset me about the 6-11 season, it wasn't the fact that we won 6 games. I get it. Injuries, we had a bad year, right? Rookie defensive coordinator, Devondre Campbell, Christian McCaffrey was hurt. Trent didn't come in. We got offseason stuff with Ricky Persall, Javarius. The list can go on and on. Last year was a horrible offseason, right? And a season. And I can give them that. But this year, dog, they can't say that they didn't see this coming. Yeah. They can't say that they weren't prepared for this year. They can't say it.
He's going. My thing about what your anger is coming from is where I come from all the time when we don't do things the 49ers.
Yeah.
See, that's old school. Doing it the 49ers. Taking every game by game. Like Jerry Rice checked Deion Sanders in that 94 Super Bowl. We don't go out and party. We prepare. We're here to win the Super Bowl. We're not here to have fun. We're still on the job. Kyle, you're on your job now. The Ville has been taken down. You can't hide behind all your superstar people on offense now.
Yeah, you better ball out
now. You got to really coach. You got to really scheme. I need you to scheme these players over. I need you to really dig deep in your offense. I want to see more trick plays. I want to see more screen plays. I want to see more end arounds. I want to see you use your tight end like a tight end.
I want to see you sweat.
I'm tired of seeing him block all the time. I want him to run routes. He is an explosive tight end. Let Kittle cook. You got the other tight end to block, right? That's what you got him from Jacksonville, right? He's a great blocker. He can set that. He's good. Well, we'll use him. I need on offense to score points, and I need them to be explosive. I don't need to predict what the fuck you're going to run every other play because I do that a lot when I watch the 49ers. Oh, that's a run. That's a throw it out. Yeah, he's gonna try to squeeze that in the middle. Tired of saying that. So I want to see a different approach from Kyle. This is Kyle's year to show him that he can coach this team and he can coach them out of a 6-11 season. Can he do it? I think he can. I think with the weapons he got, if he uses all his weapons right, he'll be fine. If y'all trust this offensive line, I'm gonna go with that. That's on you. Now, if the worst case scenario, Brock Purdy get hurt, you still got your favorite quarterback that you picked up that you really wanted when you drafted Trey Lance. You got Mac Jones. So don't think we ain't paying attention to the fact that you still got your boy. You really wanted him.
I'll tell you this. What really kills me, Travis Stewart, hot take, 17-0, best case scenario, 0-17, I got you. Last year, what really killed me is that, like I said before, is the 6-11 didn't really bother me for all of the reasons that I mentioned. What really pissed me off was the effort. How we lost games. The Minnesota game was winnable. Yep. All right? The Minnesota game was winnable. Dude, the Rams game, the very next week, blew that game, 27-24. The Cardinals game, before the Cardinals game in week 5 at home, 24-23. The effort. The games that we lost by less than a score where we had to agonize over, well, Debo's out of shape. Well, offense isn't working. We've had a couple of fumbles. Oh, man. There's flags all over the place. The penalties are crazy. Special teams can't fill the ball right. Can't kick the ball. We can't make a field goal, right? And we're losing. What blew me about last year is that we had about four solid games that we could have won that were in the balance, right? And I'll tell you, this year, I just want to see the effort. I just want to see them. I want to see them go out on their shield. That's what I care about.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, effort last year and effort overdoes talent every day.
Right.
I'm fine with you losing if you gave everything you got. If you emptied the tank and left it all on the field, I'm fine if you took a loss. Because you know what? You left everything out there. But when you just out there willy-nilly, the Minnesota game pissed me off. I watched that game and 4 times I was just like, there's no effort. It's just y'all just out there. Y'all just out there to play. Like, oh, well, we out there.
Offensively, was that horrible? Yeah.
Defensive coordinator, you out there calling stuff when you should. You in zone when you should have been in man. You in cover 3 when you should have been cover 2. Like, you trying. Their excuse for the defensive coordinator was, well, he's just feeling himself through. He's feeling it through. It takes time. I said, well, we can't take time with the caliber of roster we had. We knew what we was going into in the offseason. We knew it. Everybody knew that people needed to get signed. It wasn't a shocker that people walked. It wasn't a shocker that people took contracts elsewhere. But how you reloaded, that was good. It was great. How we reloaded was great. What do you do with it? Where do you go for it in July and in August? How do we get better and how do we prepare our team to be able to go out there the first week of the season and show people that we are something to be reckoned with? On offense, not defense. Offense. Defense will be fine. Robert Saleh gonna have them good, right? It's all on Cal now. We gonna keep referencing this. It's Cal's year to show how great of a coach he is.
Yeah.
This will show him. John Lynch did his job. Hey, look, got you who you wanted. Here you go. That's like the cook coming to the daggone
Here go the
table.
groceries.
Here's the groceries. I did my part. You cook it up. Now it's all on him. Like I said, we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario for the record. I mean, you can make the playoffs. I want them to make the playoffs, but I just want them to take every game after one game at a time. Just take it one game at a time. I'm not getting ahead of them.
I love it, man. Hey, we got to get us some more, man. Thank you so much for the call, brother. I'll be back next weekend. You can call in. And hey, man,
I emailed you my phone number. Just call me.
I got you 100%.
Yeah, just hit me up.
I'll lock you in, bro. Talk to you.
All right,
brother. Hey, man, this has been another great show. We did best case scenario, worst case scenarios. We got another super chat from Bear 9499. Thank you. Respectfully, good contract, but this does bring about quarterback security. It could bring about constant questioning to the quarterback position when times are tough. Yeah. But I think that because of the money, people are not going to ask that many questions, and especially if we get out before year 3. I mean, so we'll see exactly how that bears out. But guys, it's been another great show. I'll be on Monday again with Jesse for cover 2. We'll get into this more in depth. This is the coach signing off. Stay low and keep your feet moving. Holla at you guys.